Hi everyone. As I start this newsletter in the new format, we've been contemplating for quite some time on what are the things that we can share with all of you and problems that we face or things that we want to improve. Right. So we keep talking about communication as one of the key pillars when it comes to PR as a subject. Communication is something that we all focus on, we all train for, and try and make it better. In my experience, I personally feel that over the last few years, what has actually become more of a problem is not communication, because with all the training that we do, communication is something that we all keep improving. At the same time, the biggest problem I feel majority of youngsters today feel is comprehension, right? We can communicate all we want, but unless it's comprehended well, it's typically a silent chaos, as they popularly call it. Comprehension is very closely related to what we can typically call in our language focus. And I think, with the kind of technology that we have, that we use on a daily basis, with something like devices like these that we typically keep using every day, I feel the focus typically at times goes down. That being said, I am talking by experience where, we do meetings internally, we do meeting with clients, and this is not just probably to do with us as an agency. I am saying when we talk about comprehension and lack of focus, I think typically it's something that I usually see as an underlying problem in when briefings happen with clients, for example. I see a lot of youngsters, trying to do multiple things at the same time when we try, and create a briefing. I typically see people probably responding to, say, an email or maybe WhatsApp chat, and it could be to do with work, right? We all handle multiple clients. That's the kind of work we do. So, and I'm sure at the same time when you're trying to take a briefing, you're probably responding to something critical to a client or replying to an email. But I think that is where probably, as a human brain, we start to lose focus. Now, when that happens, I personally feel the comprehension of that communication typically loses its sheen in some way, right? What typically happens post that is that if it's not comprehended well, the solutions that you're trying to give eventually end of that briefing, or the strategy that you need to think of, or the thoughts that you need to share will not be aligned to what it should be, right? We keep hearing in our daily communications with clients that, probably guys, you're not understanding the brief well, or this lacks the narrative, or it's not resonating to what the brand wants to talk about. And I feel that problem is primarily because of maybe the comprehension that is lacking. But it's a problem that I feel genuinely with lack of focus, multiple devices, multiple screens that we look at, and operate it, trying to do multitasking is a problem that will maybe keep increasing if we don't start thinking about how we actually need to make it better now. So when, typically when you start growing, up the ladder and are going to be required to do more strategy, more thinking than just probably execution, this small habit probably will, help all of you to get a better grip, better grasp on the briefing, and to be able to then, convey to your juniors if at all they sort of get lost in the narrative. I think this is one piece of advice that I wanted to share with you guys, and I'm hoping this will help all of you. That's my 2 cents on something that I wanted to talk about. And on that note, I just want to give all of you great wishes for the new year and a kick-ass 2025.